Hello students of Responsibility 1 and 2. Today I'm going to go through the answers of this practice paper which I gave out on Friday, and I'm going to also go through how I arrive at the various answers, and hopefully you have also put into practice some of the pointers that I highlighted in my previous video. Okay, without further ado, I've already gotten my pen and I have my highlighter with me, and sometimes what I do is that I have an additional black color pen, or sometimes it's good to have a pencil with you as well. Okay, remember the first section, the MCQ sections, you're supposed to shade your answer in the OAS. Okay, do remember, some of you prefer to write down your answers here before you transfer to the OAS. Okay, if you are going to do so, you make sure that you have checked through them one by one, that you did not actually shade under the wrong number. Okay, it has happened before, yes, even to students from the good class, so do be very careful. All right, okay, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, number one, my brother wanted to complete the learning sheet by, okay, 4 different answers. So I have my clue here is my brother, so this is a guy, so it couldn't be itself refers to things and stuff like that. Herself, definitely not, because not a female, so it's himself. The answer is 3. Next, question 2. During the race yesterday, so this is my clue. We know that this should be in the past tense. The spectators, surprised that Jerry could run very fast. Spectators, this is plural. Alright, so plural, I'll know that spectators. I definitely know that it is not singular, so the is and the was, I'll cross it out. Past tense, so therefore my answer is 4. The spectators were. Number 3. Sarah, brave, she stood up for Jane, who was being bullied. She stood up. So right now this answer, stood, was being bullied. So this is referring to something in the past. So my best answer is number 3, was. Some of you may argue, why not is? Sarah could still be brave. Yes, I won't argue with that, but my question to you is that, does this sentence give you any idea that Sarah is still brave? If it doesn't, we cannot assume that. So we base on the clues and the context that this sentence has set out for us. Alright? So the answer here for question 3 is 3. Number 4. Watch closely. The magician, a trick on Blake at the moment. At the moment. Okay, at the moment. So again, my clue here is that this is in direct speech. Open inverted commas. So it means that it's something that is happening at that very moment. So the best answer here will be the magician is performing. Okay, we cannot use has performed because it means that it has already been done. But at the moment means that it is going on at that very moment. Similarly, we wouldn't use present tense in this case, because for something that is going on at the moment, now, so is performing, continuous. He is still doing that. So I reread this again. Watch closely. The magician is performing a trick on Blake at the moment. Okay? How are you doing so far? Do you have all 4 questions correct? Alright, let's move on to the next page. Question 5. Yesterday. Okay, my clue yesterday. John won a certificate of commendation for helping an elderly. Okay, yesterday, so it should be something related to the past tense. So it cannot be 2 and 3. Received. John received a certificate, or was receiving. If I write was receiving, means that there must be something else going on in that past at the moment. But did they mention anything? No. So we'll just use simple past tense. Yesterday, John received a certificate of commendation for helping an elderly. 6. While Ali, wow, okay, it means that something is going on while another thing is happening. He heard his sister scream at the sight of a mouse. So while Ali was studying, this would be the best answer. It means that it was going on. He was doing this thing, he was studying. When he heard his sister scream. Okay. 7. Lego boxes over there. There means that something is far away. Boxes, plural. So therefore it should be far away and boxes, those. Okay, the answer for 7 is 4. Number 8. We need to conserve the forests as trees. Trees, are they countable or uncountable? We can count 1 tree, 2 tree, 3 trees, 4 trees, 5 trees. Okay, so we cannot use words like little and much. So we need to conserve because as many trees are being chopped off to produce papers. The answer is 3. Alright, so far so good. Let's move on to the next page. Section B, vocab. Which person operated on Mr. Lee to remove brain tumor? So this tells me the kind of job that this person does. Operating brain tumor. So it cannot be a nurse. A nurse doesn't do this. A patient doesn't do this to himself or herself. Surgeon or pharmacist. Okay. The answer is surgeon. Surgeon performs these operations. Pharmacists are those people who dispense medicine. What does it mean by dispense? It means that he or she issues out the medicine for you. Very often you'll be able to see these counters in Watson's or Guardian. Alright, there's this counter usually at the side or at the back where they are able to give you medicine. Why do we have that? It is because sometimes we do not need to go back to see a doctor for medicine that we frequently require. Some people, they take a lot of medicine on long-term medication, so they do not see the doctor, but the doctor say that you can go to the pharmacist with this letter from me and you can buy medicine just from them without seeing a doctor. Alright, so that's what a pharmacist does. Okay, 10. The horse. What does a horse do? Fast as the knight controlling it charged at his enemy. The horse galloped. Okay, he does not crawl. Scurried. Scurried means to run off very fast, but usually we don't use that to describe a horse action. Galloped. Slithered is usually for snakes. Alright, 11. Bill has been what? His pocket money so as to donate to the earthquake victims. Okay, he has been saving up. Okay, rewarding, no. Appealing, definitely, you won't say appealing up. Submitting up, it doesn't make sense. So the best answer is number 1. Saving up. Alright, we are on to 12. The athletes were, after completing in many sports events. So it tells me about probably they have done a lot of things, so they will probably be feeling exhausted. Okay, I don't think they'll be anxious, mischievous, definitely not embarrassed, no. Okay, 13. Salim punched his hand into the air as he had done well. Okay, so he punched his hand into the air. It shows that he's feeling fantastic at that moment of time. So victoriously, because it is like a victory to him. Okay, 13, the answer is 4. Yes, he does it very swiftly. Okay, but the best answer here will be victoriously because it tells us it's a victory. It's from the word victory. Okay. 14. Eiling, do not what? Let's go together. The carnival will be fun. Do not, let's go together. It shows that maybe Eileen doesn't want to go. Okay, so the answer here would be do not be a wet blanket. Okay, what does it mean? It means that you, like for example, someone asks you to go to a party and say, I don't want to go. Then ask you to go for some coffee or some tea and say, no, I don't want to go. Everything you also do not want to go. Okay, that means that you're being a wet blanket. Okay, second, beat around the bush. It means to, if I ask you something but you do not want to directly tell me the truth, or you tell me a lot of details other than the thing that you need to say, that will be beating around the bush. Okay, so for example, someone asks you, why did you go to the supermarket? And I say, I woke up this morning, I don't know, I think of this, I think of that, I think I want to go this place, I want to go, but you did not answer the question asked to you, that has been asked of you. So you beat around the bush. You just give a lot of details without explaining, without really answering the question directly. 3, be a thorn in the flesh, means that this person irritates or really gets on your nerves. All right, it means to be a thorn in the flesh. Buck up the wrong tree. It means that you probably uh, uh, scolded someone, or you look for information at the wrong place. So, for example, you say that if you are looking for some clues, or rather you are looking for a particular information from someone, but you keep going to the wrong person to look for the information. Okay, for example, you ask, when is when will I be able to buy this latest book? When will it be released? You go and ask the dentist. Huh? Why would the dentist know about the books when it will be released? So you're barking up the wrong tree. Okay, that's what it means. All right, moving on. Okay, done with that. Section C. Born into a poor family, Sam often had to go hungry and without any pocket money. His mother worked as a maid and struggled to sustain the daily living expenses of the family. That, however, did not prevent Sam from studying. He was tenacious and diligent. Despite his young age, he knew he needed a good education to secure himself a stable job in the future. With no money to pay for the electricity, he often read on the pavement outside his home under the street lamps. Sam strongly believed that one day he would fulfill his dream of becoming a policeman. Alright? So right now, let's go and look at all the different... So I've read through one so that I have a good idea of what this passage is about. Okay, so the first one, hungry. H-U-N-G-R-Y. Hungry. Okay, second, struggled. Okay, same thing here. S-T-R-U-G-G-L-E. Is that it? No, struggled. That is why it's important to read the whole passage together. We know that whether it's asking about this in the present or the past tense. Look carefully. Okay. That, however, did not prevent. E-N-T. Okay. And he was tenacious and diligent. I believe this word came out in your spelling list before. Diligent. G-E-N-T. 19. Education. E-D-U-C-A-T-I-O-N. Education. 20. Stable. S-T-A-B-L-E. 21. Electricity. Electricity. I hope I'm not going too fast, but that's the wonderful thing about video, is that if I'm going too fast, you can just pause and it will just freeze. Unlike in the classroom, you cannot ask Mr. Liao to freeze. Street lamps. Okay, it's written as one word. So far, alright? Okay, just an overview of everything. Okay, good. Hopefully I've done well so far. Grammar cloze. Same thing. Read through the passage, fill in, write its letter A to F in the blank. Alright, so I do not need to write the word itself, but I write the letters. That means the letters A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, but if let's say you have written it inside there, you won't be penalized unless, of course, you've written D and you write some other word, then that is when we cannot accept the answer. Alright, and one good practice is that although you have written the letter here, as you are checking, maybe you can just write in pencil at the side so that when you read through once, you can check whether you have written everything correctly. Okay? Alright. Dear Priya, in a month's time I'll be celebrating my 10th birthday. I would like to invite to my party at McDonald's West Coast Park. I'm inviting some of our classmates too. Are definitely going to have lots of fun as there will be games and sing-alongs. Oh, my sister is returning from Australia and will be leading the sing-alongs. Your friend Mei Mei. Alright? In a month's time, I will be celebrating my 10th birthday. I would like to invite. So it's Dear Priya. So it's inviting you. So the answer is F. Okay? You. To my party at McDonald's West Coast Park. 24. And inviting some of our classmates too. So who is giving the invitation? It's Mei Mei. So this is written. So it's B. I am inviting some of our classmates too. 25. So together with all of them, the classmates and Mei Mei, we. So the answer is E. We are definitely going to have lots of fun as there will be games and sing-alongs. Oh, my sister is returning from Australia and my sister, my clue here. So, and she, the answer is D. Okay, so what I'll do is that after when I'm checking, maybe I can just write something very small at the side. I would like to invite you to my birthday party. I am inviting some of our classmates too. We are definitely going to, and she. So read through once to see whether you have gotten everything correct. If it's pencil, you can just erase this and just leave the letters there. Alright, sometimes it'll be good to read through your answers. Okay, moving on to the next one. It is the annual sports carnival. We have been waiting for this day as a primary 4 pupils will be taking part in an inter-class touch rugby competition. My classmates, enthusiastic and cannot wait to play. My monitor, Benjamin, who is also the captain of our school's rugby team, often we believe that with good sportsmanship and teamwork, we will win. I've given you the answer for the last one. Okay, so we, plural, we have. So underline the correct word. Okay, as the primary 4 student will be taking part in inter-class touch rugby competition. My classmates, plural, are enthusiastic. Okay, my monitor, Benjamin, who is also the captain of our school's rugby team, often. So monitor, Benjamin, singular. So it should be encourages. We, plural, believe. Okay, hopefully you've gotten all of this correct as well. Going on to the next page. Alright, we've come to the last two, which is our comprehension open-ended. So we'll read through it once. Dear Derek, how have you been? I have been busy lately as Teacher's Day draws near. My classmates and I have been informed to hold a concert. It is quite daunting and it is a major event. We have to split ourselves into 2 groups. The extroverted group, led by Miley, is practicing hard to put up a performance. They have come up with 2 songs and 3 items. The other half, which is led by Serena, has been tasked to decorate the school stage and prepare the props for the performance. I'm so glad that everyone works well with one another. Recently, I am also tasked to mentor the younger prefects. I have to ensure that they are firm without being rude to others. Oh, there's a typo error. As prefects are role models, I always remind them to greet and offer assistance to teachers and schoolmates in need. Do you remember Lily? She's going to be the head prefect next year. She is tasked to plan a series of canteen safety activities. I'll be guiding her on this project. Through these experiences, I've learned to be patient and nurturing. I think these are important life skills. Hopefully, I can continue to mentor more prefects next year. Take care and write soon. Your friend, Ali. Alright, I've read through once and let's look at what the questions ask here. For questions 31 and 32, decide which group does the following activities. Take your chosen answer. Okay, I look at the other questions. So which word has the same meaning as large? Which sentence describes Ali and Lily's duties? What did Ali tell the younger prefects not to do to other pupils? Ali hopes, what does Ali hopes to do? 38, which word has the same meaning as knowledge? And what does he say he has learned? Okay, roughly I know where to find the answers, but let me go through one by one first. Okay, decide which group does the following activities. Okay, so we are looking at activities. Let's look at, so where is my answer? Split into two groups. This is probably what are the activities that we have to do, right? So my answer here, probably this will be for 31, 32. 32, 31, 32. So I just label this here first. Prepares performance props. Let's look at prepare performance props. Okay, so I have my answer, my highlighter. Prepare the props for the performance. The other half, which is led by Serena. So I know that this Serena. Prepare the props for the performance. So Serena's group. This would be my answer. Put up a performance. Now next, let me go back to my put up a performance. The extroverted led by Miley. Miley's group. Okay, so this would be Miley's group. Put a tick. Alright, so which of the word has the same meaning as large? It is quite daunting as it is a major event. Okay, let's look at, if you are not too sure, we can go back to the passage itself. It is quite daunting. It is quite a major event. Okay, so daunting, it seems like an adjective is describing, both are adjective, but major, this will be the word, so I actually circle and I reread again with the word substituted in. It is quite daunting and it is a large event. Okay, fair enough. Okay, next. Oh, by the way, the word of daunting, it means that you find it, it is a task that makes you feel a little bit of fear. Alright. Okay, next. Ensures prefects are polite, works on a canteen safety project. Okay, describe Ali's or Lily's duty. Let's see. Ali ensures prefects are polite. Okay, so I always remind them to greet and offer assistance to teachers. Greet and offer assistance to teachers. This is being polite. So this should be, this is ensures Ali or Lily. So this is written by Ali. So ensures that prefects are polite. So this will be I. Yes, oh sorry, my clue here. I always remind them. So this will be Ali. Works on a canteen safety project. So canteen safety activity. She's tasked canteen safety activities. So remember Lily? So this is where I'll get my answer for 34. And this is 33. Okay, 33 and 34. So works on a safety project. Alright? So far alright? Okay, moving on to 36. What did Ali tell the younger prefects not to do to other pupils? He reminded them not to be they are firm without being, I have to ensure. So the answer is actually here. Well, you realize that although it's 33, 34, my answer for 36 is found here. Okay, without being rude to others. Okay, so the answer is rude. 37. Based on the text, Ali hopes to, hopefully, I can continue to mentor more prefects next year. So this is where I find my answer for 37. Mentor more prefects next year. Alright, moving on, 38. Which word has the same meaning as acknowledge? I always remind them to greet and offer assistance. So greet or remind. I always acknowledge them to greet. I always remind them to greet, acknowledge. Okay, when you greet someone, you acknowledge someone. So the answer is greet. Circle B. 39. He has learned to be. So here are two words. The first word is patient. And the second is nurturing. And this is found in the passage, patient and nurturing. I have learned to be, this will be in my 39. Highlighter, patient and nurturing. Since the words are given to you, if you spell wrongly, you get 0 marks. So make sure that you always come back and check the words to make sure that you have spelled them correctly. Alright, okay, let's move on to the next passage, last passage. Passage 2. A group of enthusiastic zookeepers visited Sunlight Primary School to share about their job experiences and its demands last week. The pupils learned that the job of a zookeeper requires strength and a lot of patience. Just like humans, animals can be stubborn, hence zookeepers need to be very patient in taking care of the animals. A zookeeper's job is not all fun and glamorous. On a typical day, zookeepers will get dirty as they toil to clean and maintain a high standard of cleanliness of the animals' enclosures. They have to learn about the dietary requirements of the animals to ensure that the latter are well fed and observe keenly that the animals are healthy. Zookeepers need to have love and patience because they have to train the animals new good behaviors. Just imagine if the chimpanzees are not well trained and end up attacking the zookeepers. The zookeepers also shared that visitors often wonder the reasons for the expensive entrance tickets prices to the Singapore Zoo. Little do they know that the money earned from the sale of tickets go to the maintenance of the enclosures and purchase of food for the animals. One of the pupils in Resilience 2 commented and gave credits to the zookeepers for a job well done. Without you, the Singapore Zoo would not be where it is now, of high standard and being world-renowned. The pupils in the hall were left with nothing but full admiration for the zookeepers who taught them good values in caring for the animals. Alright, so now which words tells you that a zookeeper's job requires a lot of effort? So a lot of effort, a group of enthusiastic zookeepers visited Sunlight Primary School to share about their job experiences and its demands. Does experiences tell you a lot of effort? May not be so, but demands. When you demand something, it requires a lot. So the answer is demands. 41. The zookeepers need to possess 3 characteristics. Okay, let's look at the 3 characteristics. So you need, here, they need to be very patient. Okay, this is where I find my answers. Okay, requires strength and a lot of patience. Okay, anything else they need? Let's look at the... And they need what else? Strength, a lot of patience. And they need, in taking care, strength in taking care of the animals. Zookeepers need to have love and patience. So you can see that the answers can be in various places. Alright, so you need strength, patience, and of course you can write care, or you can also write love. Okay, because they do appear in the passage. Based on this passage, you are able to find these answers. Okay, this is 41. Okay, 42. Read the statement and take true or false. Zookeepers do not get dirty as the animal enclosures are clean. Okay, let's look at the passage itself. Do they? They would get dirty. So for 42, I know that they would get dirty. So this is false. Okay. Now, one of the students praised the zookeepers for their job well done. Okay, let's see. Did anyone actually praised? Yeah, give credits for job well done. So this will be answer for number 43. Okay, you realize the highlighting and the labels. I can do that for my checking, but right now I can just do it as I go along. 44. The zookeeper shared an episode about how he was attacked by a chimpanzee. Did the zookeepers mention anything about that? No, it's just imagine. So this did not happen. Okay, so the answer is false. 45. Choose a word from paragraph 2. So paragraph 2 and has same meaning as attractive. Let's look. A zookeeper's job is not all fun and glamorous. In fact, let's look at the rest. Cleanliness, enclosures. After you read through, you realize that the answer is probably in the first line. It's not all fun and glamorous. Attractive, does it mean fun? Attractive, does it mean glamorous? Yes, that will be the closest word. So this is where my answer is glamorous. R-O-U-S. Again, check your spelling. Make sure that it is correct. Okay, next. Name one thing that the Singapore Zoo does with the money. So the few things that they do with the money. This is number 46. Let's look at money 46. Goes to the maintenance of the enclosures, purchase of food for the animals. So it's either of this. So you can either write maintenance of enclosure, maintenance of enclosure. This is one thing. The other acceptable answer is purchase of food. Or you can continue write purchase of food for the animals. In fact, I prefer this because it's being very specific. It's not just purchase of food for anyone, but for the animals. Alright, in the last paragraphs, pupils, what do they do? Let's see. Do they understand why the entrance tickets are costly? Do they appreciate the zookeeper's hard work? Do they welcome the zookeepers back for another assembly talk? So let's see the last paragraph. The last paragraph, they commented, gave credits. So did they mention about inviting them back? No. So in fact, the only answer here would be appreciate the zookeeper's hard work. The last paragraph did not mention about why the entrance tickets are costly. That is in the second last paragraph. Alright, this is where it is. Okay, so the only answer is appreciate the zookeeper's hard work in keeping the zoo clean. Alright, that's all for this piece of revision paper. Hopefully you have done well for this exercise. And alright, other than this, okay, for the test paper 4 book, okay, I've already gone through quite a fair bit of the vocabulary as well as the grammar, MCQ, grammar cloze. These are very good exercises as they are quite closely linked to the exam format. So I think for the last few exercises, I did not manage to have time to complete it with you. So for some of you, if you are keen, maybe from page 96 onwards, okay, you can complete some of this grammar MCQ, grammar cloze, vocab MCQ. The comprehension cloze, this is not covered in your exam, so it's up to you whether you really want to attempt this. The answers are at the back if you want to refer to the answers given. Alright? So other than that, okay, I wish you all the best for your revision. and I'll see you next week. All right, goodbye.